We'll start with Jeff Patrikas.
Hey, Cole, hope you're well. We didn't get a chance to see you play down the stretch. You were banged up. I'm just curious, how much time did you need after the season before you were fully functional and could start preparing for this?
Yeah, it took a while. Took a lot longer than expected. I was able to do most things, just not full go. I'd say probably a month ago or so, as I was full go, be able to train for this. But yeah, like I said, I was pushing it. That was probably the bigger thing, is I didn't want to sit out, so I was pushing it, at least getting some of the reps, the techniques down and things like that. But yeah, that's about how long it took.
Colton?
Well, I've seen you say in the last couple of weeks that you've been talking with teams about potentially maybe playing guard or center or wherever else on the line. I know you trained a lot of that when you were here at Wisconsin. Obviously only played guard or tackle, but what are some of the things that you feel like you can do if you were to move inside that's going to make you maybe more ready than some people might know right now?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like just raw power coming off the ball fits me inside. I feel like I have a strong punch. I like having the guy just straight up in front of me. I think that'll all benefit me, and I think I can excel at in the inside. I'm confident playing outside or inside. I've taken some snaps. I could even play center. But I really want to be that versatile guy that can play all positions, and I feel like I can. And I'm really confident at it. Something I worked a ton at after the season. Moving inside, I worked a lot of center and guard. So yeah, I feel like I'm confident in all those positions, and I can excel at those positions, and that's just kind of what I'm going to continue working on.
Gargi?
Regarding that, how often were you able to work out at those interior spots in college, or was it pretty much a crash course after this season, or had you gotten some reps there in practice at least?
Yeah. When I was here, it was mainly just tackle. I'd bounce left or right though in practice. So, I mean, I'm comfortable left or right. It was more this offseason now that I've been working the inside. I felt the transition has been pretty natural. It's been pretty easy for me. And I liked it a lot. I like the inside. I like both. But, I've heard, and I can see why. I heard going from tackle to guard is a lot easier than going guard to tackle. So I think that benefits me, being on the outside coming in. Like I said, I love playing inside or outside, and I'm really confident at it. And like I said, I'm going to continue to work on it and grow. So.
Raphael Haynes.
Hey, Cole. Raphael from the 3-point conversion. Cole, usually you would have, in a normal year, you would have the combine workout coaches there. Even if they're not looking for you, they see you. And then if you wanted to improve, you have your pro day. Knowing that you didn't have that today and this year, was your mindset a little different? Did it put a little pressure on you to get everything right the way you wanted to this year?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say pressure. I mean, I looked at it as a positive. I got an extra week and a half to train for this. You can't, I mean, coming from a 2020 season, you expect the unexpected, and, it is what it is. And I kind of knew early on that that's probably what it was going to be. So pretty much the whole time training, I knew this was going to be my one opportunity. Thought I did fairly well today, and I'm happy with my numbers and, all my work I've put in these past few months have kind of shown today. Like I said, it is what it is with no combine. But like I said, I got an extra 2 weeks of training as well. That combine time comes up quick. I remember being down there and like, oh, we're supposed to be at the combine right now. But I still got extra work in. I was able to get my body feeling fresh and getting those extra reps to perform today.
Delaney Bray.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. I have a two-part question. First part mostly football. For you and your position, it is important to kind of show off that strength, show off how you can push around your muscle. Do you feel like you did that with, as far as bench, you were the highest, and then hey, you didn't have the lowest vertical either?
Yeah. I'm happy with 22. I think I could get a little more. But yeah, I mean, and then vertical, that was a PR for me, 30. I was really happy with that. But yeah, so I mean, I'm happy with my numbers, and I know I can do better, but at the same time, I did have PRs as well. So overall, I thought it was a good day.
Billy, did you have a second part you wanted to ask there?
And then secondly, on a personal level, you did play football growing up in Green Bay, and then you get to come to Wisconsin and do that as well. Did today, now that you're sitting in this chair, kind of feel like you've closed that chapter and you're ready to move on, hopefully to the next level?
Yeah, for sure. It was definitely different being gone for a while now, and then this weekend and earlier this week, walking through the halls and, not really feeling like kind of part of the team anymore, I guess, so to speak. Definitely a different feeling. Definitely, I don't want to say feels right, but like I know it was my time to kind of go. And I'm definitely ready for the next chapter in my life and football. But it's been great to be back and see my teammates and to be able to perform here again in our facilities. And I mean, it was awesome.
Jake Kosarowski.
Oh, hey, Brent, I sent you a private message. Delaney asked the question I was going to ask, so I'm good.
Fantastic. We'll go to Jesse Temple.
Well, I don't know how much time you have during a pro day to watch your other former teammates, but I wanted to ask you about Rashad Wildgoose because he ran I think it was a 4.41 140, had the highest vertical. Just from your perspective, what stands out about him and the things you see him do defensively?
Yeah, I mean, to make that short and sweet, I just think he's a really good football player. And, these tests kind of show why he's a hell of an athlete, hell of a football player, a good teammate. And the numbers don't lie. It just shows why he's a good football player. And I'm glad he was able to get his numbers he wanted because, I mean, he deserves it. And I know he's worked hard for it. And I'm really excited for him.
Rick Saratella.
Hey, Cole, congratulations on today. Was curious to know, do you know how many teams may have been represented? How many teams approximately may have you spoken to, and any conversations that stood out to you today?
Yeah, I really do not know how many teams are here today, to be honest. Got approached by a bunch of teams just saying really good job today. I had a really good day, and obviously makes you feel good. And I performed the way I did today. You get one opportunity, and I'm glad I performed the way I did because it's your one time to prove it. But yeah, I've talked to teams prior to this. I talked to teams here, and obviously, hopefully, going forward, talk to more. But I'm just excited for this process to continue, and I'm really excited to see what happens come April. So.
To answer your question, Rick, we had 30 teams in attendance today. There were 2 other teams that chose to review our pro day off film instead of in person. So interest from all 32 teams, 30 that came and were here in person today. We'll get time for a couple more questions. We'll go to Carly Murata.
Hey, you've just mentioned a couple of times how this is your one opportunity. Were you nervous at all heading into today, and how do you manage those nerves, or were you just prepared enough where you just felt ready?
Yeah, I think it's a combo of both. I'm still going to get a little nervous before football games. I don't care how many games I start, but you just overcome those. And once the opportunity arises and it's just there in the moment, you don't think about that anymore, and you just got to do what you prepared for so long. Like, this is your opportunity. This is your one time to let it all go. And you got to cut everything else out and just do your best. And that's the same on football Saturdays, Sundays. That's the same here. That's the same as a workout in the weight room. That's the same as film work. It's just the heat of the moment, you got to do what you're there to do. And, you know, I've prepared a long time for this. I just performed my best. So, yeah, I was a little nervous, but once the time came, it all goes away and you just do everything you can.
We'll wrap things up for Cole with a question from Tom Silverstein.
Hey, Cole, I don't know if you ever attended pro day in previous years, you know, when other guys were working out, but there'd always be a lot of agents and other players, and it was pretty crowded and people encouraging. What was it like this time with just the scouts around?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I would have loved to have been here with my family and my agents, you know, the people that support me and experiences with them. You know, like I said, it is what it is. You can only control what you can control. It was just us, our strength staff, and all the scouts and coaches. So, yeah, obviously a little different experience. Cut a few drills short too. We were only allowed like one L drill, 1 5-10-5. Usually it's 2, but you just got to make the most of it. But yeah, I mean, it's nothing different. It's just like at a game, you know, you don't realize the crowd that's there. I mean, you're there to perform, you block everything out, and you perform. And that's kind of what this was too. Family or agents there or not, you block all that out when you're performing. So yeah.
All right. Thanks, Cole. Appreciate your time. Congratulations on your performance today.
All right. Thanks, guys.
We'll be back momentarily. We're going to have Eric Burrell and Rashad Wildgoose coming up next.